Northern Mali is a very difficult region affected by rebel and terrorist activity. Here are some keys to understand it better. Mali is a landlocked country located in West Africa with a population of 12 million on a territory representing about a seventh of Australia's size. Mali is divided into two geographic spaces. Southern Mali is called Green Mali due to the Niger Valley, with humid climate in savanna areas. Green Mali is organized around the national capital Bamako and concentrates 90% of the population, comprised of mainly black and sedentary ethnics. Northern Mali is crossed by Sahel and Sahara. It's populated by Tuareg and Arab nomad populations extending across and beyond Malian borders. The region is a traditional crossroads and exchange area, which has recently become a smuggling hotspot for guns, drugs, illicit goods, and human trafficking. Terrorist groups, including Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, or Akim, have found a haven in northern Mali, where they have developed their activities. Since 2007, Akim is responsible for more than 70 kidnappings in Mali, Mauritania, Algeria, Tunisia, Niger, and Nigeria. In August 2011, the collapse of Gaddafi's Libyan regime favored the massive return of heavily armed Tuareg soldiers to the region. This has fostered the development of secessionist movements. In 2012, the secessionist Azawad movement, Mouvement National de Libération de l'Azawad, or MNLA, initiated a series of successful attacks against Malian army bases. The Malian army, under-equipped and under-trained, was defeated in multiple skirmishes. Soldiers' frustration resulted in a coup on the 22nd of March 2012 against ATT's central government. Following the March 2012 coup, the Malian army progressively lost control of northern Mali to secessionist movements, and on the 6th of April 2012, Azawad declared independence. On the ground, the situation became increasingly complex due to the additional presence of Ansar Dine, a Tuareg group preaching for radical Islam and immediate application of Islamic law. Initially, MNLA and Ansar Dine joined efforts against the central government. However, internal conflicts quickly erupted and triggered a dispute between the former allies for control of the region. Ansar Dine is close to Akim's African division, the Movement for Unicity and Jihad in Western Africa. Following MNLA's eviction from northern Mali in April 2012, Islamists imposed Sharia law and in June destroyed unique shrines, tombs, and mausoleums, including World Heritage Sites in Timbuktu. Effective takeover of northern Mali by extremists continued to weaken the already collapsing central government, while neighboring states feared widespread regional fragilization, development of secessionist movements, and massive influx of refugees. Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Niger, and Mauritania supported a rapid military intervention. Algeria, which has 1,300 kilometers of porous borders with Mali, advocated a negotiated solution, even as members of Akim and a Salafist movement born of the Algerian Civil War entered Mali. Present since colonial times, France has military and economic interests in the region, including in uranium mines in Niger with Areva. It is also affected by the fact that several hostages are held by Islamist movements across the region. In 2012, ECOWAS launched negotiations with MNLA and Ansar Dine. In addition to talks, a military intervention was developed by African troops with UN support. In January 2013, the situation escalated and accelerated as rebels crossed the symbolic north-south separation line on the 10th and took over Kona, a strategic passage point to Bamako. This attack was the trigger for French military intervention, through the Serval operation, which was requested by the Malian government and approved by the UN. It marks the commencement